Hey, what's up, everyone? I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. And we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get straight into this topic here. So we've been having this conversation for quite some time now, right? Which is, which era is the best era? Is it this one or is it that one? And as you guys know, in the NBA is one of the few leagues where you have various eras of players that go back and forth with each other. This era goes at the past era goes at this era, and blah, 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 blah. I think it really started with this era and the previous one. So let me say the guys from the 80s and 90s, right? And then so on 2010s and 20s, whatever. So it's kind of these back and forths, right? And in the midst of all of that, you have the fans that have been fans maybe of basketball since the early 2000s to now, or the 90s or the 80s and the 70s, etc., right? So the fans have kind of witnessed the game evolve over time. And they've kind of given their opinion on it. Now, my opinion on basketball, because I really started paying attention in the early 2000s, is that the game then had a little bit more balance, in the sense that it wasn't a high-scoring affair. You could see games finish like with 89 points, 70, 78, 93, 89 or stuff like. You could see scores like that once in a while. It'd be like 101 or 105, which would be like a high-scoring game, to like 99 or something like that. So you would see games like this. And in the 2000s, if you had like a 15-point lead, it would be really, really hard to overcome a 15-point lead, just because of the fewer possessions. The three-point shot wasn't really featured as much, and the style of play was different. It was more physical, less freedom of movement, less space. So it was just a more difficult league to score in. And some people can say that after a while it became too defense oriented. But now I think what has happened is, in an effort of the NBA to try to bring scoring back into the game, I think they've gone too far. And I think they've allowed things that they wouldn't have allowed in the past. And ironically, what is done is that you've had some fans now who believe, for example, that players today are more skilled because of, for instance, dribbling. Oh, these guys can dribble the ball more or better or more creatively. So therefore, the players in the past are not as skilled. Look at how they dribble the ball like this and this and this and this. Forgetting the fact that the reason those guys played and dribbled and all that stuff that is because they were following the rules of basketball. And the reason you see guys, their dribbling looks so spectacular and flashy is because a lot of them are being allowed to travel and carry and do all of these. They're essentially being able to break the rules. So I came across a clip here from the Roommate Show and Playmakers Hoop, and it featured Andre Iguodala. And I want to show you the thumbnail before we play the video itself. It says, "Y'all are traveling out of this world, but it's to grow the game," right? So what we want to do is play this video of Andre Iguodala talking to Jalen Brunson about how this league has become so watered down and how players today are essentially able to break the rules in order to make the game more exciting. Take a listen. Take a look at this exchange here.
I'm afraid that we're trying to grow it at our detriment. Y'all are traveling out of this world. I sit in front of my TV and it's Andre Miller's fault. Because whenever someone travels on the court, he would yell, "Travel." And I have this habit. I'll just be sitting watching the game and I'll be like, "Travel." And I'll just yell it. I'll be at games. I'll be like, "Travel." And I'll be like, "Oh, my bad. I can't help my." How are we traveling like this? Y'all traveling. You pick up your pivot foot, then this crab dribble thing. I can crab dribble and get like 6 steps in. But it's to grow the game, right?
That's not growing the game.
To them it is, though.
To who?
Whoever's allowing it, which I'm just going to blame. I'm spade to spade. I'm blaming the league.
It's not, because
in terms of the way it's officiated?
Yeah, I'm like, what? Why we, come on.
If you're going to say that's growing the game, but like no other league is refereeing the way, like calling that stuff the way like we're calling it.
But the NFL has their version of it, which is
we're not
you better not touch the quarterback. It's like that's the strongest asset to NFL. It's hard to find a top-tier quarterback. Like, that's the most important position. If you don't have a quarterback, you cannot win.
So then when some people do a certain move.
So you heard what he had to say. What are my thoughts about this? I think Andre Iguodala is telling the truth here. If I'm being sincere with you, he's telling the truth. The fact of the matter is, the traveling in this game has become, it's just out of control. It's out of control. He spoke about the crab dribble, which is what essentially made James Harden the scorer he became. James Harden was traveling. It happens all the time. It's just that they don't call it. And they're doing that all in the sake of offense. And then what has happened is that you have a clash between younger fans and older fans. Younger fans who don't know the rules. They don't know the rules. So when older fans call it out like, yo, that's a travel, what their response is, oh, here go the old heads hating. It's like, nah, dog, this is not basketball. You're breaking the rules to play. But then when I say, yo, that's a travel, that's a carry, all of a sudden you want to shout, oh my God, no, no. They're like, no. Now, obviously, you have generational players in terms of guys that can dribble the ball, like a Kyrie Irving. Those guys are unicorns. You're not going to see those guys. I don't care what you like. Those guys just don't come along like that, right? Those are once in a lifetime kind of players. Kyrie is just, he has a gift for being able to do that. But nevertheless, it doesn't change the fact that the NBA has softened the rules. You know, and no one wants to watch a three-point shooting contest. It gets boring after a while. On a given night, you can see teams shoot anywhere from 30 to 73s in a game. 30 to 73 point shots. And basketball today has become so predictable. It's just drive and kick, man. Drive and kick, drive and kick, drive and kick, drive and kick. That's essentially what it's become. Once in a while, they'll run some plays here, but it's just a bunch of herky-jerky basketball that we're watching on a night in and night out basis. And that's the truth. There's no other way to cut it. You know what I mean? There's no other way to cut it. And I think that's what Andre Iguodala is talking about. Now, you do have some NBA players that are fully aware of this and still try to make fun of errors in the past. Oh, these guys couldn't do this. There wasn't much talent. You really can't make it up. You know, I saw an NBA player talking about there wasn't that much talent in the league in the 80s. What? In the 90s. To that, I'll respond and say, okay, show me the amount of talent, this great talent that we have in the NBA today. Isn't it every year pretty much about 10 to 20 great players in the league? You have the top 5, top 10, and then the 15, and then it kind of dwindles down. You could say that about any generation. But he's trolling. And he's trying to get people pissed off because that's what he does. That's how he gets people to watch him. But anyway, these are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments, and we'll catch you guys on the next show. Peace.